Okay, Seb White, tell me a little bit about...
You're in the hosting seat.
I am. I am the captain now. Tell me a little bit about Mundial Extra Time.
So, we take various bits out of our edits, our final edits.
Well, we have to.
We have to sometimes, yeah. For many different reasons. But there are also some really good stories or bits or repetition or all manner of things that we have to take out. And actually, it's a bit of a waste for it to be on the cutting room floor or the editing room floor. So... Yep. Mundial Extra Time will include some of those bits, and this week we will have the full story of me at the Euros final with Goldie and all manner of celebs that we mentioned in the previous episode. But this is the full story of it all. So a good 10 minutes on the Euro 2021 final.
Quiet night at the library, was it?
A quiet night at the library, yeah. We could have been... It was a bit too quiet at the end, but yes, there's things like that we're going to be putting on there. Some, big stories that don't quite fit, but also, like the things that we've done at Hotel Mundial, we put out the live version of the Reminding You Why You Love Football, that was all about England, so Reminding You Why You Love England. Little things like that, only 20 minutes, but again, just a nice little snippet, give people an insight into Reminding You I Love Football, the podcast as a whole, the personalities involved, the people involved, the stories, the sort of things we talk about, and various panels and podcasts that we go on or we host or we're invited on. It's a nice place to put them, and we'll be putting those in the feed sporadically. Every now and then we'll be dipping them in between like the regular episodes. We won't stop doing the regular episodes. We will be doing them all the time. But in between, we'll just be giving you a little fix, a little snippet of Reminding You I Love Football.
Sometimes the best things happen in extra time, don't they?
Sometimes they do happen. The best things do happen in extra time. That's what it's all about. Tell your mates. Wow, Goldie. I've got a Goldie story.
Oh yeah,
go on. It's not Goldie Luck and Chain, is it? Before we...
No, my Goldie story is Goldie gave me COVID. Now,
I thought it was going to be something else.
I will.
Oh my goodness.
I will preface this that I think he might have been, because Euros final, I take you back to Wembley. I managed to get in past all the hordes trying to steam in.
Yeah. Oh, you were one of them,
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky, and it's one of the luckiest things I've had to do for Mundial. I'm extremely lucky, and I'm very fortunate to have done this. I was invited to go to the Euros final between Italy and England at Wembley to go in the Adidas lounge.
I never got a sniff of those tickets.
No. So I was extremely lucky, don't get me wrong.
Very secret.
So, well, it wasn't. So,
it was.
Yeah, so, anyway.
Very interesting.
I am sat. So beforehand, this is...
Sorry, just the domestic that's going on.
Sorry, yeah.
Subtly right now. James's face is miffed.
To be fair to him, I think I deserved one. I had paid £250 for a semi-final ticket, so, it was, I'd done a little bit. It's not like I jumped on the bandwagon, just to clarify,
You're in England till you die. Type of man, aren't you?
I mean, yeah, it was... But anyway, I got into the ground. We get into the Adidas lounge, and this is like little Sebby White's dream. Yeah. I walk in front of me, there's Fenners from Soccer AM, who I knew very well, talking to Gary Aspden and Mikey from Adidas, who now do this, known for their Special range, who we used to do a lot of work with. And they were talking to Bernard Sumner, Noel Gallagher.
I was literally going to say, when is Noel Gallagher coming into this?
Dynamo the Magician, which not for me, I don't like magicians.
Frauds, right, Seb? Frauds.
So that was, and
witches.
Joffre Archer was there.
Whoa,
that was good.
And in the corner, playing on a 32-inch screen from a VHS, was Stories from the Front Line. It really was your dream.
No.
Somewhere there was a football match going on.
I was there with the
lovely to be a tank.
I was there with the lovely Corey from Versus. We were the two special guests from this particular person at Adidas.
So out of those people, those people,
no. Hang on, don't stop here. This doesn't stop here.
Okay.
Having some lovely food, because it was the lounge and it was all this posh food and stuff like this. I feel someone bang my chair, turn round, and it was, I'm so sorry, buddy, Mick Jagger.
Oh, Mick Jagger.
Yeah, Mick Jagger.
Sorry, Sebby.
Why have you never told us?
Yeah. Well,
it's because you didn't want to tell me that we were offered tickets.
No, we were offered one ticket. Anyway,
Seb, you got your stool on my sambas.
Mick Jagger, Stella McCartney was there. There was loads of other people.
Bloody hell!
It was fucking
and little Sebby,
incredible, and little Seb from Mundial, little Seb from Yeovil, just mixing it with the big guns.
They really are the big guns. Actually.
They are pretty big, aren't they? To be
fair.
fair.
They're the spice guns.
I went and sat down, sat next to Toni Duggan.
Wow.
Yeah, Mundial cover star.
Yep. Issue 2.
God, that's a long time ago. Sat next to Toni Duggan and her husband, and obviously it's incredible, right? Because obviously forgetting what everything had happened before, it was not nice, it was horrible, but inside the stadium, actually inside the bowl where we were, and of course we weren't in the bits where there was loads of extra fans, was great. And the atmosphere was unbelievable before the game. Okay, yeah, we were singing Neil Diamond, and yeah, it's cliche and stuff, but it was fucking amazing, right? You know. And then, so just as the game starts, just in the row behind me to my left is Goldie, Noel Gallagher, and Bernard Sumner.
Fucking hell.
Which is still pretty bonkers when I think about it. And I'm watching the final of the European Championship at Wembley. England are playing, and not too far away from me are certainly some very, very famous people that meant a lot to me. Less so Goldie. I'm not going to say that I was you
weren't a metalhead.
No, I wasn't.
Drum and bass pioneer.
But Bernard Sumner and Noel Gallagher, absolutely. Anyway, and obviously England start that game incredibly well. There's an attack, and Luke Shaw fucking bombs it down the left wing.
Yeah.
And very rarely have I been in a stadium where the whole stadium, I think we'd all been so hyped up, everything that had happened beforehand, good or bad, we'd been so hyped up that we all followed Luke Shaw, and he receives the ball back and he puts it in, whacks it in, and I think it was 2 minutes in, So obviously everyone goes fucking bananas. So I run round. There was no one in the 2 seats next to me. I just turned to my left, sort of jumping up and down, uncontrollable. Next thing I know, Goldie's hugging me. And I'm just there like, what the fuck? So, Noel Gallagher's out the corner of my eye, just to the left. Bernard Sumner's just there, and I think Mick Jagger's like just behind. And I'm like, what the Obviously, I'm not thinking of this, but I noticed these things, and
you're just gutted that it's Goldie and not not Noel.
So,
you.
Just an incredible moment in life. So whatever happens, I know England go and lose that, and it was fucking horrible. It was gutting, absolutely gutting. More because what the team stood for, and then obviously losing, they stood for even more of because of what happened and the reaction of some absolute arseholes and knuckle draggers. But it would have been amazing if that team had won it. But also it would have been amazing because the Adidas, right behind me, obviously I had Noel Gallagher, Bernard Sumner, Mick Jagger, all these people. They said, because the game went on longer because of extra time and penalties, and England lost, they only opened the Adidas lounge afterwards for like an extra one drink. Now, obviously, if it was the other way around and England had won it, they'd said that we were going to keep it all open. Now, can you imagine that night? I think I might not have got through it, but
would you have tried things you'd never tried before?
No.
Why is there a drone descending to box 2C? What's that in it?
As it was, England lost. I was crying. The rain was absolutely cascading down. I couldn't get out of Wembley. Wembley was even more carnage. The ground was just glass everywhere. People were throwing glass bottles everywhere. It was horrible. And I ended up having to walk, I think I walked 3 hours in one direction. My phone had run out of battery. I was trying to sort of walk home, really. 3 hours in the pissing rain. So it turned out to be a shit night in the end, but it was a great night. Anyway, long story short, 2 days later, I feel a bit funny here.
Double line.
Do a test. So I think me and Goldie were not observing the social distancing. Let's just say that.
So you blame him. Did you find out in the press after that Goldie had got COVID?
No, I was trying to find out.
Is he the only person you hugged that day?
Yeah, but then to be fair,
could have been.
There
Goldie.
was actually, my mum mentioned this later. There was something called the Wembley variant.
Strain.
In a joking way. It wasn't officially classed that, but. No, it could have been.
One of the other 20 reprobates that you were sharing a box with.
I'm surprised they were even using Wembley at that time because I thought they were making that big lasagna in there around there.
Oh, whoa!
Anyway, despite what we just said about not mentioning the Euros, that's 10 minutes on the most recent Euros final.
And anyway, I have got tickets for this year's final. Anyway, we'll move on.